So the trailer for Gran Turismo 7 Update 1.23 just released a few minutes ago, and I think for once I'm gonna finally start giving my opinions about these updates because I don't typically make these style videos. I'm not some corny gaming journalist who doesn't know what they're doing, or somebody that just makes news videos all day. But what I can say is that I have sunk a countless amount of hours into Gran Turismo 7 since it came out, and I've made tons of content over it, and I am also an OG Gran Turismo player as well. My first Gran Turismo game was Gran Turismo 2. I got that back in 2001. Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4. I played those 3 games for a very large chunk of my childhood, so I figure I would have a little bit of say in this. At least compared to other people who bitch about the game but literally don't even play it, and the people who only hate the game because microtransactions exist. But let's talk about the real issues here. Polyphony has just been letting us down so much with these updates in the past. For a while, I wasn't really expecting there to be some sort of pattern to the content that we're going to be getting. I figured that it would just start coming out whenever stuff is ready, but I guess at this point it would be safe to say that there is a certain pattern going on here with these updates. In terms of content, it seems like these updates are kind of alternating in a certain pattern by this point, where the first month you get 3 cars and nothing else. The next month you get 3 cars, a new track layout or 2. Next month will just be 3 cars, and then the next month will be 3 cars and a brand new track. That just seems like that's the direction it's going at the moment, because the first layout we got was Spa 24 Hour, which is literally the exact same track except the pits are different. Completely worthless addition if you ask me. The following month was only 3 cars, then the month after that we got 3 more cars and Watkins Glen, which personally I was really excited for because Watkins Glen is a good track. I've wanted Watkins Glen in Gran Turismo for a very long time, and I was pretty excited for it. For the month of July, we only got 3 cars again with nothing else. And then last month for August, we got 3 new cars and 3 new layouts for Barcelona, which was kind of an underwhelming update. I know a lot of people are excited about the MP4-4 and the Cayman GT4, but personally, I don't really care about those 2 cars. It's not really that big of a deal to me. But these content updates, they really just disappoint me. I understand that Polyphony has schedules and they have deadlines and they have budgets and they have to work with what they have. No game developer can just shit out a bunch of content all at once. I understand that things take time, but come on. I mean, I think this game was just released way too early. I think Sony definitely put too much pressure on Polyphony, and now they're not able to squeeze out enough content for these updates. I don't know who to put the blame on. It's either Sony, it's either Polyphony. I don't know who. But these updates are just incredibly underwhelming at this point. I have never made a video complaining about this game, I'm pretty sure, but this is the first time, and this update was incredibly disappointing. And now I probably sound like a typical gamer who complains about everything and doesn't touch grass. But what really upsets me the most about this update in particular was a tweet that Polyphony made yesterday saying, "We are really excited for tomorrow. Can you guess why?" I mean, well, it was obvious that the trailer was going to come out today because the trailers for the previous updates were all released on Wednesdays, which is today, so that wasn't a surprise. It can't be the 3 silhouette cars because everybody figures that out within minutes, but Polyphony is so out of touch with their community, they probably don't even know that. So because of this, I was expecting a brand new track. They're releasing the Volkswagen IDR, which me personally, I absolutely despise electric cars, they have no soul. But I was thinking, you know what, if they're bringing this car out, maybe they're gonna bring Pikes Peak with it. I mean, they didn't do it with the Escudo, but maybe they weren't done with working on Pikes Peak by that time. They've had the license for God knows how many years at this point, so that was a possibility. The other track that I was expecting was Apricot Hill, because as everyone remembers, that track was actually directly teased in the trailers for the game, but we have still heard absolutely nothing about it ever since. And then there's the other YouTubers who posted the supposed leaks about the brand new tracks, just because there was some strings found in the game files, which isn't really a solid piece of evidence. But I don't know. At this current rate, it looks like we're going to be getting 3 tracks a year. That is, keep in mind, that is if this pattern actually formates and continues the way it is. If this pattern continues, we're going to be getting a new track every 4 months. That's 3 new tracks a year. That is absolutely terrible. Think of the amount of tracks that they can bring back to the game. All the original Gran Turismo tracks that people want back: Apricot Hill, Grand Valley, Special Stage, Tokyo R246, El Capitan, Red Rock Valley, Autumn Ring, Cape Ring. There's like so many original Gran Turismo tracks that would be really nice to have return. Yet at the same time, there's also a ton of real world tracks that they could add back in. Sonoma, Imola, Sebring, Road Atlanta, Circuit of the Americas, Monaco, a bunch of other European tracks that I don't know off the top of my head, Ebisu. Of course, they won't be able to get the licenses for all those tracks, but with all the options there, we're not going to really have a very solidified track selection by the end of this game's life cycle. Also due to the fact that the large majority of the tracks that we do have right now were already in Gran Turismo Sport. So the tracks that came out with Gran Turismo 7, a large majority of them weren't even new to us. They were just copied and pasted over, made with a few tweaks on some of them to add rain, if anything. So yeah, I figured this would be the first time that I actually expressed my sheer disappointment in one of the Gran Turismo 7 updates. I don't know if I'm going to keep making these types of videos because, well, I just think it's absolutely cringy. Typically, I'm not a spoiled gamer that complains about everything. I used to give Gran Turismo 7 the benefit of the doubt in the past whenever it came to disappointing the fan base, but the trend has to stop. Like, we need to get, some decent updates already. Maybe this update will be redeemed by the patch notes whenever those come out, and maybe they add some new features like the ability to sell cars, which I personally don't really give a shit about because I have all of them already. A lot of people do want offline play. A lot of people want the ability to sell cars. A lot of people want higher paying events. They want new cafe menu books, which that's a terrible system to begin with. I don't know. My conclusion to all this is that the game was released way too early, and Sony needs to chill out, if that's what the case is. So yeah, I figured I'd just upload this little angry rant type video. It's a little bit disappointing. I don't usually make this kind of stuff. Don't know if I'll make another one again, but I have been thinking about making a review video of Gran Turismo 7. A review from somebody who has actually played it and doesn't bitch about microtransactions 24/7, because that's a really stupid thing to complain about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Depending on how this video does, I don't know if I'll do another rant video like this for another update in the future. It just depends. Just testing the waters, I guess. I don't know. Okay, thanks, bye.